Hey everyone, Happy New Year. I'm Grandmaster Ben Finegold. This is 5 Minutes with Ben. And today we're going to look at a game played in 1956 between Wolfgang Uhlmann, the German Grandmaster, and Vasily Smyslov, the future world champion. Let's see, 56. I think he was world champion in 57. So he's pretty close to being world champion. Okay, this was played in the Alekhine Memorial. Again, it was 1956, and this position, probably black is slightly better because of his active pieces. Knight on d2 is pretty passive. And even though this game is two of the best players in the world, white managed to lose in 6 moves. So I guess that's why Smyslov became world champion and Uhlmann did not. Okay, so white played a mistake, played knight a4, thinking he was attacking the bishop, and also, opening up his own bishop. But Smyslov ignored that and did a counterattack with knight d4. Now, black is attacking the e2 pawn, since the knight's no longer on c3, and if you play rook e1, black has a really nice tactic here, knight c2, forking the rooks. And if you take the knight, then bishop takes f2 check would win your queen. So rook e1's no good. Bishop takes d4, I guess, is the obvious way to stop knight takes e2 and bishop takes e2. But then black has the 2 bishops. Rook c1 would lose material because I could just take the rook and then take the pawn. Queen's overworked. So rook b1 would be the move. And then b5 attacks the knight. The knight has to go to b2. And after queen a5, black has a big advantage here with 2 bishops in the initiative and the passive white knights. Okay, so white decided to admit his mistake, which isn't easy to do. And after knight d4, he just retreated back to c3. Okay, so black played queen e7, once again attacking the e2 pawn again. And in this position, white's in a lot of trouble. The best white can do is e3, sacrificing the exchange, and then getting this pawn on d5. And, black has the exchange up for a pawn, so white has some drawing chances. Obviously, I'd take black. I like being up material. Okay, and that was the best move. Luckily for us, Uhlmann didn't play the best move because we get to see some interesting stuff now. He played rook e1, and once again, that previous trick, which worked very easily, still works, but it's more complicated. He played knight c2. Okay, now in this position, Uhlmann sort of gave up, and he played rook f1, and then after knight takes a1, he's just down the exchange for nothing, and here he resigned. It's no play for white, just down material. Okay, so let's look at some more interesting moves. Queen takes c2, that's the obvious move. Then bishop takes f2 check. Now white has 2 moves. White can move his king, or he can take the bishop on f2. If he moves his king, we take, and now currently white has 2 pieces for a rook, but black can play d4, and that wins a piece. So now black is winning. So the more interesting variation is king takes f2. Now white is up 2 pieces. Knight g4 check. So if we move our king back, we just get checkmated. For example, we have the famous smothered mate here. Check, queen g1 check, and mate. That's a well-known checkmate pattern. And if you play king f1 instead, then I can still play queen e3, and I'm not only threatening queen f2 mate. If you can figure out a way to stop that, you'll have to also stop knight takes h2 mate. You can stop one, you can stop the other one, but you can't stop both. Although I guess the computer would play queen takes h7 check and stave off the mates for a while. Okay, so the most interesting move after knight g4 check, since king f1 and king g1 both lose, is king f3. And Smyslov and Uhlmann must have seen that black was winning here when Smyslov played knight c2 and Uhlmann refused to take it. And the win is really nice. We play queen f6 check, so white has to play king takes g4 because queen f5 is not really good defense. Then we sacrifice our rook. We'd like to play bishop c8 check, but our rook is there, so we play rook c4 check, just so we can play bishop c8, which will end up in mate. So I guess Uhlmann and Smyslov both saw rook c4 check. Otherwise, black probably shouldn't play this way. Then you take bishop c8 check, king h5, and then checkmate. So that's what could have happened if in this position, after knight c2, I clicked on something bad. After knight c2, if black had played queen takes c2, then we probably would have seen this line, bishop f2, knight g4, queen f6, rook c4, bishop c8, and then mate. Unfortunately, that's just in the notes because white didn't allow that. White just lost matter-of-factly. So a brilliant game from Smyslov, which Uhlmann made look less brilliant by not going into the brilliant lines. Too bad for us, but I still get to show you, and we get to see another reason why Smyslov was such a strong player and why he soon became world champion. I'm Grandmaster Ben Finegold. This has been 5 Minutes with Ben. Please like and subscribe, and please leave a comment. I'll see you next time, and Happy New Year, everybody. Bye.